Hey fam, welcome to I Love Me, Me, in my love room. Today I want to discuss how to argue effectively. So the last video I discussed love and respect, the essentials to any relationship. If you haven't seen that, click in the description box below. It is there. So now, how do you argue effectively within your relationship? There are a few tips that I'm going to give you today. So let's just go ahead and get started. The first one is to be open and honest about whatever your feelings are. You have to be open and honest about them. And just go ahead and say what it is. So that's the first thing. The second thing is do not be accusatory. You can have a conversation and be able to express yourself openly and honestly without accusing your partner of being the worst, the worst boyfriend ever, the worst husband ever, the worst person ever, or even for the women, they don't have to be the worst person. So don't be accusatory. That's the second thing. The next thing is to own your part in why you guys are having the argument in the first place. Own your part. It's okay. We're not right all the time. You have to say sorry. We get angry. We get ticked off. We get pissed off. Sometimes you might even want to smack your partner. I don't recommend it. No abuse for me. Just saying. Sometimes you might want to. But it's not recommended. You have to be able to open up and have adult conversations because you are in an adult relationship. Yeah. So, own your part. The next thing is to think about how you will deliver your message to them. I'm going to say it this time, and I said it in my last video. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Think about what it is that you want to communicate to your partner before you guys even have a talk. Next, be loving and say you're sorry. And the biggest thing is to actually mean that you're sorry. This is not something that you talk about for today and then tomorrow or 2 weeks later or a month later. Hell, even a year later, you bringing up this conversation because you really didn't forgive them. You were just going through the motions. It's not the way healthy romantic relationships work. That's what my channel is all about. Healthy romantic relationships. That's what we're trying to build here. So be able to say, I'm sorry. Be able to mean it and be able to let whatever it is that you guys are arguing about, whatever it is that you're sorry about, be willing and able to let that go. The goal when you're arguing, yes, as you see, I didn't say anything about arguing in this video. The title is a little deceptive. But the goal is to be able to express your feelings, your hurts, and your pains while getting the feedback from your partner without all the shouting, yelling, and cursing. Because that's being disrespectful and it's being very unloving to your partner. If you didn't watch the last video, I'm just going to repeat to say that respect is very high for the men within the relationship. And love is very high for women in the relationship. It's a big circle that goes round and round. And this is the way to argue effectively. So the first thing is to be open and honest about your feelings. The second thing is do not be accusatory. The third thing is to own your part in why you guys are arguing. The fourth thing is to think about how you are going to deliver your message. The fifth thing is to be loving, say I'm sorry, and actually mean it. Those are the 5 things in order to have an effective argument. You say what you need to say, your partner will say what they need to say, and you guys can have an open discussion about the issues or issue. You'll notice a difference in the way you guys communicate if you actually think about it. Be loving. Be respectful. and just be open and honest about your feelings. Do not be afraid to show your emotional side. This is mainly for the men, because you're with somebody that you like and hopefully that you love, depending on the length of time that you guys have been in a relationship together. So being able to express yourself emotionally should not be something that you're afraid to do, because this is the partner that you chose. And we love it as women when you're open and show us your emotional side. We know that this is something that you're not accustomed to doing. Let me also just say, for those of you out there who have small children, especially boys, one of the reasons why our men are so closed off toward emotions are because we groom them that way from childhood. Just think about it. Anytime they cry, man up. Stop being a punk. Stop acting like a girl. Anytime they start showing their emotional side, we tell them to man up. Man up, man up, man up. Well, guess what? That carries over into adult relationships. And now, not only do they not know how to express themselves emotionally well, they have a fear of doing it because they don't want to look like the girl or look like the punk. They want to be man, so they have to be manly all the time. They have to show that. That's what we groomed them to be. So my point to bringing that up is, if your son is showing his emotional side, let him do it. It's not going to make him into a sissy. Let him do it. It's going to help him when he gets into adult relationships later on in life. This is one of the reasons why men are so afraid to express themselves now as adult men. It carries over. Just food for thought. Alright. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share my videos on all of the social media. Follow me on my Facebook fan page. And don't forget to continue to send me those questions. And in the near future, I will do a Q&A. Thank you for listening. Apply these tips to your life. Don't just know them. You have to apply them in order to get healthy, romantic relationships. In order to continue to tighten and strengthen the bond between you and your mate. All right, love you. Deuces.